Hello, channel. Just wanted to come out here and do a short video on why I decided to start this channel. I could probably sit here and talk for hours on why I did this, but mainly it is because I've always been told that I am a good communicator and trainer. And I've also been pretty good with writing as well. So I thought I would start this to be kind of a trainer to folks looking for additional information on a variety of topics. Be like a support in different things that I have been through and my own experiences on things. Whether that be career things that I've worked through or personal things that I've worked through, learned from, and how I can help people with those things as well. Because lately I have been through a lot of stuff in the last year, I would say. And to the point where I didn't even know how I was going to make it through some of this stuff. Some bad, some exciting, some very stressful. And like I said, I didn't know how I was going to make it through. One thing, I had started a new job and I was having to refresh my memory on various formulas in Excel. I had worked with them before and doing VLOOKUP tables and all those different things to import data and sort data and things like that. And I freaking hated it. If it's one formula that I hate, it's that one. Well, I was looking on YouTube about, how to do that, refresh my memory, etc. And I came across a different formula that produced the same results and was so much easier. And so I started using that. I'm not going to tell you what that is because I'll do a video on it. But I had never heard of this formula. And I was like, oh my God, why are people not using this? Like, this makes sorting data, compiling data so much easier. And I have been in the, HR, employee benefit space for pretty much all my career. And had I known this, 5 years ago even, oh my God, it would have been a life changer. So it's things like that if you aren't constantly looking for different ways to do things or just happen to stumble across something, you would never know that, right? So that's one of the things that kind of spurred me to do this is, hey, letting people know that there are different ways to do things other than what you've always thought or been accustomed to. Another thing is I have been going through some bidding on getting some home improvement things done, and it has been a freaking nightmare to the point where I have wanted to give up so much and just been like, oh my gosh. And, there's so many things that are going into that right now. Shortage of workers, for one thing, inflation, supply chain issues, I'm sure are still going on. But it has been a nightmare. And, I don't know if it's because I'm a type A personality or I have been in the customer service industry forever, that how I handle my customers or the public, even friends and things, I am shocked at the way people do not respond, do not keep you up to date. And when you're going through something like that, as far as getting home improvements done, large ticket items, etc., that you have to know are being done correctly and on time, it's imperative, right, that you are kept in the loop on what is going on. And it is just amazing how you don't. Now, maybe it's me, maybe it's who I've been working with, but it has been kind of disheartening. And so I wanted to kind of share that experience and, how this relates to possibly working this through a homeowner's insurance claim. When I was growing up, my mother never really did that. I don't know if it was her upbringing or the era that she grew up in, but she had homeowners insurance, but I don't think ever filed a claim because you just didn't do that, right? Like in that era, you just didn't do it. And when she passed away, I had to get a new roof put on her home and the home that we grew up in before we could sell it. And it hadn't been done. There was a storm that came through and it never was done. And so I had to take that on. Of course, I had to take that out of her, money that she had and pay for it outright because there was no homeowners insurance or homeowners claim ever put forth on it. So, and going through the things that I've gone through lately, I can see why. Because it is a pain in the ass. It truly is. And I've talked to people and they're like, yeah, that's what happens. This is what happens dealing with contractors, dealing with, suppliers, whatever. And it's like, oh my God, like, I don't even know how I'm getting through some of this. I'm just trying to breathe and take one day at a time and have faith that this will all work out because it is too much. Like, I can't even imagine what somebody would go through if they were getting a house built. Like, I personally don't even know if I can handle it. Like, I really don't know if I can handle it. So it's just helping educate people on different processes, different things that I've learned along the way that might help you in, either talking to a supplier or a claims adjuster or, things and projects that I've had to do in my career as far as my job goes, and how you can maneuver through that and be efficient in what you're doing. Because that's another thing. I've always been very efficient in what I'm doing. Like, I don't, flit around an office, chit chat all day. I mean, I feel like I can get a lot done in the time that I have, but I'm also very efficient, and I also pride myself on that because I've always thought that if you have to touch something more than like 2 or 3 times, the process is bad, because every time you touch something and have to revisit it or whatever, it leads to error, and it's just less efficient because you're constantly having to revisit this thing, touch it, whatever. And so I have always prided myself in, A, understanding what's going on quickly, B, getting it taken care of to the point, and accurately, to the point that I don't have to look at it again. Because it is not efficient to have to keep looking at all this stuff all the time. We're all busy. We all have so much to do in our jobs that if you can become efficient in what you're doing and accurate, it's even better. So I just hope that I'm able to communicate some of these things. I'm going to try as best as I can because some of these things, are spreadsheets that are better done in Excel with data, and it's going to be hard to kind of do that because I don't have data at my fingertips. This is data that I worked with, but I will try to explain these things as best as I can, put up screenshots, things like that, and at one time maybe I will come back again and revisit the video and show some different options as well. So that's kind of what I'm thinking on this channel, and that's kind of why it's called, Life in Bloom, is because I have had to learn so much in the last year. I'll say in the last 3 years, because actually 3 years ago I started a new career in a field that I never thought I would even entertain. And I had an awesome time doing it. And so I wanted to kind of chat about that, to, hey, say that's an option. And it's actually kind of a fun option. It's not the sexiest career, but it's actually really cool. And you really get, you feel a sense of pride and like you're making a difference in this career. So just a little bit to kind of tell you what I'm thinking about this channel, and it'll be different things as far as, things I'm going to try out, whether that's, places I go, wineries, campgrounds, you know, whatever. Hopefully I can take you along with me and kind of show you what my experience it was with those things. And yeah, we'll just kind of have fun chatting and hopefully learning from each other too, because as I put things out, you know, if you all have had similar experiences or a different way of doing things, you know, feel free to leave your comments, because I think we all could learn from each other, and, you know, help each other out, because that's what it's all about. You know, everybody is so stressed out with things that are going on in the world. We've got so much going on that, you know, I feel if it could be a networking opportunity where people can share their own experiences or way they, you know, look at data or whatever, maybe an idea that nobody's even thought of, that would be awesome as well. So that's kind of what I'm thinking, a little short video here to kind of tell you what my thoughts are on this channel, and hopefully you'll stick around, and yeah, we can have some fun and chit chat about different things that are going on in my life and yours too. So take care until next time. Bye bye.